Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel, and this feels like a huge game against Southampton. Man United on the back of 2 straight defeats against Liverpool and Brighton. Will we be able to handle the pressure, or will Southampton expose our weaknesses? We've also got updates from Erik Ten Hag's press conference, so stick around, give your opinion, and don't forget to support the channel by smashing that like button. Let's get into it. Erik Ten Hag's press conference.
Yeah, his press conference, he just sounded upbeat today, which was good. It looks as though this week Erik Ten Hag's been put up against the wall. That's what it feels like, all negative and everything out there. You know, you've got to listen to Ruud van Nistelrooy. Your replacement's already done. So the wall is already there. Erik Ten Hag's lined up against it. But his press conference, he's confident. He's confident Man United are on the right track. We'll see in May how we get on. He believes that we're on the right track. Young players, that's what he was talking about. Integrating the other players, it's going to be difficult, but he believes we're on the right track. I believe he's on the right track.
Yeah, I've seen reports this morning. I think it's from the Standard or the Independent that if Erik Ten Hag loses this game, he'll get sacked. I don't think a lot of these journalists have learnt the lesson from the build-up to the FA Cup final, where they were all stating that he was going to be sacked regardless of the result after the game. But a person who's putting him up against that wall this week, as well as Cristiano Ronaldo, talked about Manchester United, the standards, expectations, and specifically Erik Ten Hag.
I think when you listen to Ronaldo going on, you just have to sort of leave it where it is. Ronaldo, we've heard it all before from him, and you've just got to take it with a pinch of salt. Is it sour grapes? Is it he's a hero? Is it because he loves the club? Listen, Ronaldo's Ronaldo, and he'll always come out with sound bites. That's how he is, and you've just got to put it to the side and ignore it. Erik Ten Hag sort of said that in his press conference. Sort of, he's in Saudi. He's that far away in some type of league, he said, just leave him. And that's the best thing to do. Just ignore what Ronaldo's coming out with. He's got an opinion. He's entitled to it. But at the end of the day, it won't affect Erik Ten Hag.
Yeah, a bit of a prickly response, I thought, from Erik Ten Hag when he was asked about it. But the journalists know by the questions they're asking what they're trying to get out of Erik Ten Hag. And I actually thought he'd done quite well in his response, considering some of the comments and the answers he does give in press conferences, where it does leave you like scratching your head a little bit or thinking, Erik, I wish you wouldn't have said that. But on Ronaldo, look, we all know what the player he is and the player he was for Manchester United specifically. And when he does talk, people do have to listen. And when he does talk about, I still love Manchester United, it doesn't really sit right with me, a lot of that, because it's like, well, why did you go on Piers Morgan, sit there and do that type of interview you've done about Manchester United? You're Ronaldo, you could have gone anywhere in the world to sit down and do an interview and air your grievances about the club and currently what was going on. And for me, that still leaves a bit of a sour taste in there. But when he does speak Ronaldo, like I say, you've got to listen because of what that man's done in the game. But some other news, injury news, Højlund and Luke Shaw, they're still not ready for this game against Southampton.
No, a lot of people were talking about it. I've spoke to a few people and they were expecting him good updates on him. But no, I didn't expect him to be back. The diagnosis a while ago was for quite a few weeks, 6 weeks, maybe even longer. So they're not in the team. Disappointing that they're not even talked about as though like they're ready to come back, get into the squad and challenge for the place. So tough for United. Many changes going to come because of it? No, I don't think so. We talked,
I think the back four will be the same. Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez and Delo at left back. I expect Xerxes, though, to start. We need the centre forward in this game, surely.
Yeah, got to have Xerxes. Got to have a centre forward. Got to look for goals. You look at Southampton there. They've lost 3 games now. Russell Martin, the manager, he's worried. He's been talking today about changes in the team. The pressure is on him as well, Russell Martin, the manager for Southampton. So going into the 4th game on the back of 3 defeats, it's going to be tough.
But it's going to be like a cup final for Southampton, though, as well. They'll be surely smelling blood, won't they? Even though they've had 3 defeats in the opening Premier League fixtures. Man United, 2 defeats on the bounce. You know, surely they'll be in the dressing room before the game thinking, right, lads, let's get at them from the minute go.
Yeah, listen, there's pressure on Southampton. You've got to look at that and say, will that affect him? But the pressure on Manchester United is totally different. And I think Southampton will come out, will have a go at United. They will see that there's an opportunity to take Man United and put a little bit of doubt early on. And early on is a problem for Man United. You see it at the start of the games quite a lot. You see it at the start of the second half where United are slow. So I think they will look at that and look at the opportunity and go for it. but it's going to be tough for him on the back of 3 defeats.
Agati was training on Thursday. Looks like he'll be available for the game on Saturday, Erik Ten Hag says. Big question out there, and amongst ourselves, will he actually start the game?
Yeah, I actually thought he would start the game. But with him coming back late, well, they call it late, but that's the way it is over there. He's got long distance to travel. He's back, he's training. I think Casemiro will be in the side, to be perfectly honest with you. I think there's no need to rush it, and I don't think Erik Ten Hag is that type. He wants to integrate the players, and he's not really had that much time with the squad, Ugarte. So for me, I'm looking at it now in the clear light of day and saying, Casemiro.
I think it's right, though. I think Casemiro himself surely would want to start this game, and Erik Ten Hag as well, to say, look, that Liverpool performance, unacceptable.
No.
But let's come and show us all what you can actually do here against Southampton, and surely get back on track and build his own self-confidence as well.
I think what he has to do, he has to get out on that pitch and turn it round and put it behind him. I hope he does it. I was critical of him like everybody else, and quite rightly so. We've all got opinions, but what I've seen on the pitch, I just thought his head had gone. But he has to turn it round. He is a top class player. He's got all the honours. So let's hope that he's got his head right and he can turn it round. So the quicker he gets on that pitch, as far as I'm concerned, the better. So fingers crossed for him.
Yeah, fingers crossed for him and every other player that starts or comes off the bench for Manchester United. 2 players that also travelled as well was Martinez and Garnacho. Do you see Garnacho starting in this game? Seen a lot of PR from Marcus Rashford doing his own personal training regime whilst the international break's been on.
I want, like most people out there, they want Garnacho to start. But I don't see Erik Ten Hag changing it. I don't know why Rashford is always picked in front of Garnacho on that left wing. But for me, Garnacho should start, but I don't think he will.
Do you think he'll choose Ahmad then over Garnacho on the right-hand side?
No. I don't think... I want Garnacho on the left-hand side. That's where I prefer him. I think that's where he should play. But to put him on the right-hand side, I think that's what he will do. I think Garnacho will start on the right instead of Ahmad. But it's not the right thing to do. I've always said it. If you're the left winger, you're the left back or the right back, that's the position you play. And Rashford does not deserve to keep Garnacho from his favourite position, which is the left wing. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, no, I do agree with them comments, to be honest. De Ligt as well on the international break. He's been taking a lot of pelters, made a couple of mistakes whilst on international duty. Even the manager, Ronald Koeman, come out and said some pretty harsh words, as a manager. Really, for me, you'd expect him to come out fighting for the players, trying to protect them a little bit. But he just went full throttle on the mistakes, and he's actually seen a De Ligt on international duty.
Yeah, listen, by all reports there, he had a howler of a game. How bad it was, I don't personally know. I didn't watch the game. But he's playing for Manchester United. He'll slot in. He looks cool. He looks calm. I think he'll do well. It's an international game. It does happen. And at the end of the day, the state of the competition, the Nations Cup, is poor, if that's what he was playing in. But to slag him off like he did, there's already problems in that Dutch camp, and there always is problems in that Dutch camp. I've seen it over the years where there's infighting and everything, and to have a go at him and really slag him off like he did, there's other problems going on there. So I don't think it'll bear any problems what's going on the pitch at United. He will slot right in against Southampton.
We have mentioned certain players, not just today, over the past week or so, who need to perform much, much better. But I really want to see a captain's performance from Bruno Fernandes against Southampton, because I think he needs to up his own personal levels as well on the pitch.
Yeah, I think with Bruno Fernandes, I think it's his finishing. I've looked back there last half of the season last year and early doors, it's the finishing. He's not quite got it. I've seen some spectacular goals from Bruno and some clever goals as well, but he just doesn't seem to have that sharpness, that killer instinct in him. So, and what he's got to do as well, we've got players here what are just joining the club. He's got to help them along. He's got to help the youngsters along. He's the captain, and you want to see a captain's performance. So against Southampton, the opportunity is there for United to go right at Southampton, and I do believe, and I did say earlier in the week, we'll win 3-0, and Bruno to lead them. And I think he now has to turn it round on the pitch as a captain and as a player.
Yeah, it'd be great to get us at least 2 or 3 goals on the sheet. and actually have a clean sheet as well coming away from there. That'll do the defence and the goalkeeper in particular a world of good. But I'm just going to go with accepting a 1-0 win right now. A lot of yous out there might be fuming, I've just said that. But for me, if you look at us the last couple of games, back-to-back defeats, getting a 1-0 win, getting the 3 points added onto the board, going into a tough game next week against Crystal Palace, who took 6 points away from us last season. By getting that confidence with them 3 points, going into that game, then let's see a much improved performance. Let's then go and see if we can get 2-3 goals and put Crystal Palace to the sword next week, because that won't be no easy game at Selhurst Park for me. So get the win, get out of there, and let's build on the confidence going into the following week.
Listen, I'll take a 1-0 win, but I just want to see a little bit of spirit, a little bit of fight, a little bit of flair. And I think we all do. We need cheering up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with them thoughts. As long as we get the 3 points, that's all I'm looking for. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on our discussion today, plus your own opinions as well. Your score predictions, your starting 11, anything you want to talk about, please get it in the comments below and support the channel by smashing that like button. We'll be back on Friday with a live video, so get that notification on and we'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.